Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Jim, and we have our next load. We are deadheading about 23 miles west, well, I don't know which direction, from here in Memphis, Tennessee to Horn Lake, Mississippi, so I'm guessing east. We are picking up at Johnson Controls Hitachi Air Conditioning, so I'm guessing some sort of air conditioning related stuff. And we're taking that up to Johnson City, New York, which is right next to Binghamton. If you're familiar with that area, it's just north of Pennsylvania, just north of the Pennsylvania line. So it's an 1,100 mile load plus the deadhead, and so it will take us about 2 days to get there. We have got plenty of time left on our clock this morning. It delivers, I didn't even think to check, it delivers day after tomorrow. Today is the 23rd, delivers on the 25th at 8 a.m. So we've got basically a full 2 days to get it 1,100 miles. And we're going to need all of that because, well, we don't need all of that. We can do probably 600 miles in a day times 2, 1,200 miles. That's more than we need, so we'll be fine. I will try and make it another about 500 miles today. We've already done 40 this morning, 20 from our first drop to our second drop, so we've already done about 60-70 miles today. So I don't expect to get the entire like 650 today, but we might be able to get another 500, 550 this afternoon, and then shut down somewhere en route. I don't know which route we're going to take yet. I haven't really dug too deep into it, but that's what it is. And then we will deliver day after tomorrow at 8 a.m. on time, hopefully. Unless something goes wrong, and something can always go wrong. This is trucking.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
It's this building, I think. Nope, that's Pepsi.
Take the next right, then turn left.
Johnson Controls. Is this a truck-friendly entrance? Yep. Plus pound driver's entrance. I'm confused. Yeah, I'm picking up a load going to Johnson City, New York.
You're at the wrong place.
I am.
Johnson Control.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. You got to back out, go back to the street, turn right, and go to the end of this building. That'll be Johnson Control.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. I'm guessing she gets that a lot. Because although it does say PepsiCo on the building, on this end of the building, that sign right over there with the address on it, 1434, clearly says Johnson Controls. So they don't have the right kind of signage out to be able to give a clear indication of where I'm supposed to come in. So I bet she deals with this all day, every day, for trucks going to the Johnson Controls place. And you know, it's just a simple fix. They just need to add some signage that says where you're supposed to go. Yeah, there it is, Johnson Controls. Fire exit. Is it also driver check-in? I don't know. Let's drive along here and see what we see. Another fire exit. Another fire exit. A whole lot of fire exits. That was the only one. Yeah. I'm going to go back to that first one because it was the only one that had a sheet of paper on the door. Oh, that sign is not real legible from the trucks. They do have signs on the stairs, shipping and receiving. Couldn't see it from out here because I don't know if y'all can see it. Is it visible? No. All right, let me go get checked in. All right, we've got our door. Took a little while to get checked in because nobody was in the office. Going to door 7. I'm just going to back it up. I don't know which door is door 7 quite yet. That's it. right there. All right, now that we know which door we're in, we can line up on it better. Let's get a little bit further over this way. Not really lined up properly. Yeah, let's just reset this one. Here we go. Now we wait. Plugged in our route, started looking at things. We got our fuel stops, which kind of makes the trip planning simple. Basically, we're going to go over 40 until we get to I-81. Then we're taking I-81 pretty much the rest of the way. We hit 86 just east of Binghamton, and then we go west a little bit to get back to our destination in Johnson City. So that's our route. It's not the route I would have chosen, but it works. I-40 is easy. I-81, we know that route intimately. I don't know where we're going to stop yet tonight. We have roughly 8.5 hours of drive time. Only an extra 5 minutes on top of that for our shift clock. So we're going to be bumping up against our 14 here real soon. Considering they haven't started loading us yet, we're locked in, but they haven't started loading us yet. I think we're going to be bumping up against our 14. So I'm going to wait until we are fully loaded before I decide how far we're going to push it tonight. Okay, we are loaded. 6,000 pounds. That's another little light load. I guess that's a good thing considering we're going to be going along I-81. It's kind of hilly. We won't get slowed down. I do not know what it is that we're carrying. It's bills say DFSVRF equipment. That's it. I don't know what that is. But let's go ahead and get it closed up here. We've got ourselves a bolt seal. I'm not a fan of bolt seals personally, because they're a pain to get off. You can't get them off without a bolt cutter. Big, thick thingamajigs. I want to do that until we got it on here. I have learned a lesson when it comes to these things. A while ago, I attached it and I didn't click it properly. I'm pretty sure that's popped, but I didn't check it. I didn't attach it completely, and so somewhere along the trip, that part fell off. So this stayed in there, but the part that had the number on it fell off. So that's not going anywhere. But we won't be able to get that off without a bolt cutter, and most drivers, or at least I don't, carry bolt cutters. So hopefully the receiver has some. I'm sure if they've ordered this stuff in the past, they'll have to have some because they know that this place uses bolt seals. But I've never run up against a situation where a receiver didn't have a bolt cutter, but sometimes they're kind of dull, sometimes they're pretty beat up and don't want to cut it easily. But let's go ahead and slide our tandems. Come all the way to the front. We'll pretty much go anywhere we want to on this trailer with these tandems, because that load is light. There we go. Lock them in. Okay. I need to make a stop at the first available truck stop because I do not have anything to drink. All I've got are my healthy snacks. I've got broccoli, I've got apples and oranges, I've got celery sticks, little baby carrots, but I do not have anything to drink, and I'm thirsty. So our next stop, and we don't need to stop to weigh because 6,000 pounds doesn't. So our first stop will be the first truck stop I come to, and then we will head on till Knoxville. That's 390 miles away. That might be a good place for us to stay the night, or if we still have time on the clock. We've still got 8 hours and 13 minutes. They weren't exactly Speedy Gonzales, but they weren't slow either, so I'll give them a pass. I have sort of found not a solution to the problem with Trucker Path. I haven't commented on it in a long time because I've figured out the workaround. And oh, I'm not putting on my seatbelt yet because I stole their pen. I didn't mean to, and I'm going to return it as we go past their office. And I'll tell you more about the Trucker Path thing as soon as I get back. Alright, so what is the issue with Trucker Path? I hadn't talked about it in a while, but because I figured out this workaround. But essentially, what was happening is that periodically, and unfortunately frequently, enough to be a problem, Trucker Path would just lose sync with the location, with our current location. So it would think that we were still at when I'd start up the app, it would think that we hadn't left the truck stop, even though we were several miles down the road. We might be on the road, and it would just decide to lose track of where we were and think we were off on a road that we weren't anywhere close to. It would have to reroute because it thought we were somewhere else, and then when it snapped back, maybe it'd be wrong, whatever. It just had all sorts of problems tracking our location. And so I reported this to the developers because I thought, oh well, I'm using a beta version of it, so maybe it's a beta problem. But nobody else has reported the issue. It seems to be more or less specific to my device, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on with it. I do use a beta version of Android. I do use a beta version of of trucker path, and I understand, as somebody that comes from the IT field, comes from an IT background, beta versions ain't stable. Anything can go wrong, and you can't really blame it on the software when something does, because it didn't. If you want a stable piece of software, use the stable release. I don't use the stable release. I use the beta of Android and beta of trucker path. So I'm going to have issues from time to time, but this one was a really obnoxious one, and it shouldn't be, and it shouldn't exist. But it seems to be specific to my device because nobody else has reported it. I could not figure out what was going on. But what I did know is that when I used other apps, they didn't have the same issue. Other location apps like Google Maps, they didn't have the same issue. But I discovered, sheerly out of coincidence, that if I was running Trucker Path and Trucker Path was having issues, and I switched over to see if Google Maps was having the same issue, Google Maps would take a while to figure out where it was. It would eventually figure out where it was, but it would sometimes take 10-15 seconds for it to kind of unlock itself, unstick itself, and figure out where we're at on the map, where we're going, whatever. But as soon as Google Maps unstuck itself, so did Trucker Path. What that kind of told me is that whatever's going on, Trucker Path is causing the phone's location functionality to lock up, and Google Maps knows how to unlock it somehow. So what I have figured out as a workaround to the Trucker Path problem, because it hasn't gone away, is that I fire up both apps and I plug into Google Maps our final destination, and I just stick it on mute, which, by the way, I need to do. And I just stick Google Maps on mute and completely ignore it, but I leave it running in the background. And that way, and as a result, it keeps that location tracking functionality of the phone up and running. Whatever Trucker Path is doing that's causing it to lose sync or lose our location, Google Maps keeps it going. So as long as I run Google Maps and have it navigating in the background, Trucker Path doesn't give me any more problems. I do need to turn up the volume here. We're about to make a turn. But so as long as I do that, and it's kind of a chore to have to remember to do it every single time, but it is what it is. But as long as I do that, Trucker Path doesn't give me any more issues, and that's why I haven't complained about Trucker Path in a while. But now you know, if you run into this particular issue on your phone, let me know. Maybe we can get together and get...
After 1,000 feet, turn left to join the Interstate 55 north towards Memphis.
Goodness gracious, scared the crap out of me. Woo! I don't know if that was as loud for y'all as it was for me, but damn. All right, well, we're about to get on the interstate,
now turn left to join the highway.
I'll see you soon. So I'm a little disappointed in the pilot there. I don't remember which one that was, but not only were they busy, that's not a big deal. They didn't have any healthy beverage select options, except for just, you know, plain water, which I can't. I'm not a plain water drinker. They had Gatorades, they had body armors, they had all kinds of stuff, but none of it's the sugar-free. I try and drink sugar-free drinks when I can.
Slow down. Company speed limit exceeded.
But they didn't have any except for sugar-free energy drinks. I wasn't really going for a Monster. I kind of wasn't in the mood for a Monster. So I'm trying this Celsius drink. Not enjoying it. Tastes kind of like watered down, carbonated cotton candy. I like cotton candy, but not in carbonated liquid form. Yeah, not a fan, but it's what they had. I won't be buying that again. Ugh. It's got an aftertaste. I will not be looking for a sponsorship from y'all, Celsius. Sorry. If I gotta drink your drink on air, I'll pass. Honest review. I'm gonna drink it all because it's what I got, but I ain't gonna enjoy it. Welcome to Crashville, Tennessee.
After half a mile, keep right to take exit 208A.
I don't know why I did not take 840 around. Well, I do know why. Because both my GPS and the overhead signs were saying 40 was faster. By about 5 minutes. But that was way back. Probably about a half an hour or so back. It's 5:30.
After 600 feet, keep right to
Peak
take
of
exit
rush
208A
hour.
towards Interstate 40 East, Knoxville. Now keep right. After 2 miles, keep left.
And Nashville is not known for being a quick throughway. GPS is showing a lot of red. Oh boy. I know what I was feeling, but what was I thinking? I think that's how the song goes. Once upon a time, I could actually sing. I had a good voice when I was younger. Oh boy. So I have dialed in the Flying J that we always stop at in Knoxville. It's actually one exit before the one that's our fuel stop, but I went ahead and reserved a spot. There were only 3 spots left and I got one of them. GPS was saying we wasn't going to be there till 8 p.m. So I'm not taking any chances that that place has filled up. It doesn't always fill up, but it does sometimes. And I'm thinking by 8 p.m. on a weeknight, it might just be full. So I went ahead and reserved us a spot. Oh, but let's see how long it takes us to get through Crashville. And then we'll figure out what time we're actually going to arrive.
After 2 miles,
Always take pleasure in that. I used to do that when I was a kid, the arm pump for the air horn. I don't know if y'all could see them, make them out in the front camera up on the bridge. Whole family with a bunch of kids up there pumping their arms for every truck that goes under. They're just kind of hanging out up there because the traffic is so slow. But they got a toot from me. As far as I'm concerned, that is a sacred duty of a truck driver, is to give a toot for that arm pump. So, good morning, everybody. Well, it's kind of a rainy morning, actually, but we'll take it. It's a good morning. Every morning that you wake up above the ground is a good morning. So we are sitting in Knoxville. We've got 2 fuel stops today, and that's because I didn't quite go all the way to the fuel stop last night because it was 8:30 and I just wanted to park, and I knew I had a spot here. So we've got our first fuel stop in about 6 miles, and then we've got another one up in Northern Virginia. That's just the way it was planned for us. I don't know that I would have done it that way, but it doesn't matter. I know why we're doing it. We're doing it because that's probably the last cheap fuel before we get into the Northeast. Anyways, pre-trip is done. It's 8 o'clock, so I slept in a little bit, but we're ready to get rolling. It's going to be just a long day of driving, so let's go.
I look out across the water, I smell the salt, I feel the breeze, but in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee. We don't know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time, but I've still got Tennessee on my mind. From Reaper's Fork to Watertown, and maybe Johnson City or Memphis. It's the smoke on the Cumberland and the fireflies at midnight and the color of the leaves in the fall. Why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time, and I've still got Tennessee on. Yeah, I've still got Tennessee on my mind.
Well, good morning, everybody. So it's 5:30 on Thursday, April 25th. We are currently at the Pine Grove Pilot Dealer. It's that same one we went to a while back that had the really good Pine Grove Diner. Unfortunately, I don't have time this morning to go in and get a good breakfast, but we are 150 miles from our final destination. We don't have a delivery until, I think it was 8:30, something like that. 8 a.m. In Johnson City, New York, and so we are about to get on out of here. I still have to pre-trip, but I've done all my shopping for the morning. I've done everything I need to do for the morning, so it's just a matter of getting out and getting pre-tripped and getting out of here. I don't know what we're doing after this load, but that's not abnormal. But let's get going, shall we? I should have got some caffeine to go with my regular beverage selection this morning. I am struggling. I don't know why. Well, I sort of know why. I got a video edited last night and uploaded. But I didn't go to bed terribly late. But I did wake up at 3 a.m. well before I had even set my alarm. And although I definitely benefited from that, was able to get up and, you know, go do all my normal morning routine before we were needing to start the clock, I guess I didn't get enough sleep. I don't know why I woke up before the alarm, but it happens sometimes. I think I was cold. It's actually 34 degrees according to the truck's thermostat right now. I went to bed with the air conditioning on. It was 50 something in Pine Grove where we slept, but I felt kind of cold when I woke up, so that's probably what woke me up. But I'm feeling it now. I'm struggling. Hopefully, when we get there, well, we got a light load. It's not going to take it very long at all to unload it. But I'm going to cross my fingers. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope they take a little while. I don't think we're going to make it on time. It's 7:40. We still got 50 miles to go for an 8 a.m. delivery. We ran into some traffic. There was a construction zone in Wilkes-Barre, just south of Wilkes-Barre, that took it from 3 lanes down to 1 in the mountains, with the sunlight staring you straight in the face. So It wasn't the smoothest narrowing, merging process for folks. There weren't any accidents, but it was just a little more chaotic than it usually is when that happens. And then there was, that was pretty much it. I had expected rush hour. We went through, oh, it's only 7:30. That's why we haven't seen any rush hour yet. But we went through Scranton without any issue. Went through Binghamton with no issues. So I think we're probably not going to run into too much more traffic, but we're not going to get there on time. It is what it is. Here we go, Slavic & Company, that's the place.
Now turn left and then you will reach your destination.
Now we gotta figure out how to get in here. Looks like they've got docks in the back. Alrighty.
You have reached your destination.
We have a separate truck entrance.
The destination is on your right.
Customer pickup. This is definitely the right place. It's kind of a narrow entrance for trucks, though. Alright. It looks like there's plenty of room to move around in here, so I'm going to go ahead and park it right here. Go get checked in. And then we'll see what happens from there. Alright, we got ourselves a set of bolt cutters so we can get the seal off. He had to go looking for them because apparently it's not something they get all the time. So let's get you guys set up so you can watch. Good to me. There we go. Looks like everything's still in place. That's a good thing. Let's get docked. It is a chilly morning this morning. I did not anticipate it being this cold. Going right there to dock 2. Do what? Thought he was talking to me. That ought to do it. I'm gonna go inside and ask if I can use the facilities while we wait, because I got to go. And just like that, we are empty. Grand total of 37 minutes from the time we arrived to the time we're getting out of here. Well, we're not getting out of here quite yet. I gotta submit paperwork and let my dispatcher know that we're empty so we can get our next load. But that brings us to the end of this video and this journey. As always, if you made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please make sure you smash that like button, and thank you for watching.